Hello and welcome to our video that will hopefully help explain our attendance policies here at Forest Hills High School to our student body in detail and help you better understand all of the procedures that you'll need to follow to make sure that you stay within our boundaries on attendance and end up being successful this school year. First of all, I just want to talk a little bit about sort of understanding our attendance philosophy. Very similar to what we talked about with tardies. Attendance is an important life skill, very much akin to attendance later in life at college or work. We believe that this is one of our central jobs here at Forest Hills, not only to prepare you academically for the courses or the knowledge that you need for whatever you're going to do beyond high school, but also to have the life skills necessary to be successful when you get to the next step. We believe wholeheartedly here at Forest Hills that there is not a job in the world where you can consistently be absent and continue to keep that job and receive a paycheck from that business. So we think it's really important to impress upon you the importance of coming to school on a regular basis. Attendance procedures, just want to talk a little bit about that. Teachers are going to take attendance each day in each of their classes within the first 15 minutes of class. That'll be recorded in PowerSchool, which is our student information management system that we're using now in the state of North Carolina. It is important to note that we believe it is the student's responsibility for keeping track of the number of days that they have missed in each of their classes. Teachers are certainly going to be helping you out in some cases as much as they can, but with 3 classes, sometimes 30 students in each of those classes, very difficult for teachers to keep all of you informed down to the number of absences you have. So you can easily do this, students. It is our suggestion that somewhere on the inside of a notebook that you keep with you at school, that you keep a running tab of how many days that you've missed in each of your classes. You can also do this by keeping a note in one of your in your cell phone. Many apps have ways for you to keep notes in your cell phone. You should be able to keep up with that when you are absent. That way you can always refer back to it and see where you are as far as your number of absences in each of your classes. It's important, very important for us to note to you today that attendance is the number one reason why students at Forest Hills lose credit in their courses. Not the failure of tests and quizzes, and certainly not for failure to turn in homework. Some of you might guess that those are the biggest reasons why students fail here. But in fact, the number one reason that students fail is because they just don't come to school on a consistent basis. Sometimes that may be because you've gotten in trouble at school, you've gotten suspended, but it also many times is just because you're not coming to school on a regular basis. Uh, the notion that you'd rather stay home than come to school is, of course, just about true with any teenager, any student who's of high school age. So please don't think that you're special just because high school may not be your favorite thing. You need to make sure that you understand that this is very important. It's part of your job to get here on a daily basis. Attendance policy continued here. Just want to talk to you a little bit about a few numbers. At absences 3 and 6, we will be mailing letters home to your parents, letting them know that you've missed your 3rd and or your 6th day in a class. These are just simple, friendly reminders that come out from the school to help you understand that you are beginning to miss too many days. Also, 7 is really the most important one to remember, because many times those letters at 3 and 6 get ignored, don't get seen by the family. 7 is a really important number. At 7, you have reached your maximum number of absences in that particular class. The next number is, of course, 8. Once you get to 8, you must begin recovering days. Attendance recovery begins at 8 absences. If you do not recover beyond 7, once you get to 8, if you do not attend attendance recovery after school in the last 6 weeks of the semester, you will lose credit for that course that you've missed 8 days in. So that's an important number to keep up with. And finally, it's really important to note that if you get as high as 12 absences in a class, you will lose credit in that course. We will be working a new program here that we'll be discussing more and more as the semester goes along, as some of you become closer and closer to that magic number of 12, where you will be long-term suspended for truancy once you reach 12 absences in all of your classes. You'll be given the opportunity to come in after school between 4 and 5:30 and work on 2 credit recovery courses and hopefully get a couple of credits for the semester. But at 12, when you've missed that many days in all of your classes, it's very, very difficult for you to think that you're going to recover that many days. It's almost impossible to come up with that many recoveries, and so you're running the risk of not getting any credits at that point in time. Student incentive program has attendance built into it, and we want to make sure that you understand how that works. Students who have perfect attendance for any 6 weeks will receive 2 student incentive points. That's missing no days in any of your classes. Notice it didn't say perfect attendance for the semester, just for the 6 weeks. Any 6 weeks that you have perfect attendance, you will receive 2 points in that category. Students who miss no more than 2 days in each of their classes will be awarded 1 student incentive point. So again, not perfect attendance, but you've not missed too many days in that 6 weeks. So no more than 2 in any one of your classes. You'll get 1 point in that category in the student incentive program. Finally, students who receive 3+ absences, who are absent 3+ days in any one of their classes during a 6 weeks period, will be awarded 0 student incentive points. Now you say, why is that? Well, because if you do the math, 3 plus 3 plus 3, if you were to miss 3 absences in each 6 weeks, you would lose credit in that class, or at least have to attend attendance recovery after school. So it's really important to note that 3 is a magic number there within the student incentive program where you're losing all of your points for attendance. Some other things that I would like to point out to you. Number 1, absences are waivable when a student produces a doctor or dentist note, a note from a court, or has a death in the immediate family. So anytime that you have those instances, if you bring in a note proving those things, that absence is waivable, and it will not count as one of your 7 absences. So you actually then sort of get an excused absence there, and that lowers your number of absences. That magic number of 7 is 7 unexcused absences. So again, you need to make sure that you are bringing these notes in within 3 days of the absence. Really, it needs to come in right then. Many students are bringing those notes directly from the doctor when they're checking back into school later in the day, or at least the next day when they come back to school. So please make sure that you are getting these notes. You can get them right at the doctor or dentist when you're checking out there. If you have to go to court for any reason, you can get a note from the magistrate there, from the bailiff in the courtroom, and they will let you bring that right back, and again, that will make that an excusable absence. Death in the immediate families, parents, aunts and uncles, grandparents, make sure it's an immediate family member. But if you bring back some kind of proof that you've been there, an obituary or program from that funeral, we also can waive those immediate family when you've had a death in the immediate family. Focus on your future. Again, folks, we continue to say this to you over and over and over. It is our motto this year. It's your future. You need to focus on it. You need to make sure you understand how absences affect your ability to be successful at school, to be as successful as you can be. Each day that you are out, you are missing not only your teacher who is teaching that day, but you're missing assignments that have to be made up, and you just can't possibly do your best when you are out of school for any amount of time. Things are going to happen. You're going to miss a day here and there, but you need to make sure that when you're missing school consistently, it is important. You will fall behind. It will be difficult to catch up. Attendance is one of the most important aspects of student achievement. It's been shown over and over and over research that students who come to school on a regular basis tend to do much better than those students who miss a lot of days. Thank you very much for listening. Hope you all have a great semester.